Hi, my name is Shelby Ellefson, and I'm going to give a persuasive speech. Those are my friends who are watching me. There are many people who are under the age of 21 who get in trouble for drinking daily when I really don't think it's that big of a deal. I feel like cops should be looking for other things that are way more serious than typical drinking. My first reason for this is when you turn 18, you're considered an adult and you take upon all the responsibilities that normal adults do, like taxes, going to the doctor's appointments by yourself, paying for bills, and voting, and also risking your life at war for our country. But I think you should be able to drink in the country that you're fighting for. We are one of the 4 countries in the world that doesn't allow drinking under the age of 21. We are allowed to buy tobacco, but we're not allowed to purchase alcohol. It's either way, whether you're 21 or whether you're 21 or not, you're going to get alcohol in some way or another. You can have somebody else pay for it who's of age. My second reason is cops should be focusing on worse things that are going on. Cops spend way too much time trying to catch people drinking when it's going on all the time, and there's a lot more serious things like big drug deals and more violence. In an article by reading between the headlines, Officer Becker of Boulder, Colorado, stated that we should be spending our time catching dealers and not chasing college students who have beers in their hand. I think like a crack dealer would be a lot more serious than somebody with a typical beer in their hand. My other reason is teens wouldn't be afraid to call for help, like if one of their friends got hurt or drank too much in a situation, if it was allowed, because the consequences are so overbearing. For example, there's a college student named Gordy Bailey who went to the University of Colorado at Boulder. He was in a frat, and for the initiation, they went out to the hills, and they were supposed to drink 10 gallons of alcohol, not beer, it was straight vodka and wine, in a half an hour or two. And by the time that they got back, he couldn't even stand up, his eyes were rolling in the back of his head. His friends put him on the couch in the living room of the frat and left him there, and they checked his pulse several times during the night, and he seemed fine, his pulse seemed fine, but they couldn't get him to talk or anything, but they thought it would be okay. They didn't call for help because they didn't want to get in trouble, and they didn't want to get the frat in trouble, and nobody was of age. Gordy ended up dying because of alcohol poisoning, and the frat was shut down, and all the students had to deal with serious consequences. Gordy Bailey's parents agreed that if the drinking age would have been 18, that he probably would still be alive because they wouldn't have been afraid to call for help when he was in that situation. In conclusion, I think the drinking age should be lowered, and I feel like there would be a lot more people in trouble, because when you get in trouble for one small alcohol violation, it starts to escalate. If you get in trouble for other things, the consequences only gets more serious. And I don't think that there should be so many people getting in this much trouble for little drinking when people do it for like holidays and stuff. And that's my speech.